What's going on, guys? It's the Game Matrix 1000 here. Doing another game review. Just sitting there chilling on eating a bowl of popcorn. So yeah. I'm going to pick up where I left off. My last game review I did was on Sonic Generations, so check that out. Check that review out. So along with Sonic Generations was some few other games. Out of all the games I bought myself for Christmas this year, I've played majority of them. I beat one of them today. So I'm going to do a review on the 007 Goldeneye. Yeah, 007 Goldeneye Reloaded. So yeah, I'm going to talk about this game. So let's see where to start. The gameplay. Before you get the gameplay, the story. The story is just your basic, 007 trying to stop I think it's Germany or something from launching missiles off into the UK or America, something like that. But it's your typical basic James Bond, type of like story. Nothing really special about the story, at least. But so yeah, so the story's like meaty core, nothing really great and fascinating. For anyone who knows that GoldenEye Reloaded is an updated, well, I shouldn't updated, but a remake of the classic Nintendo 64 version, which came out like in, I think, the late 90s. Mid to late 90s. And that was like one of the greatest 007 / best-selling N64 games during that time. And this is just an updated remake version of that classic. Sadly, the game does not live up to its old counterpart, I should say, due to the simple fact that, okay, in terms of graphics, the game is okay. The graphics for this game are okay. Not top notch, not the best. It's decent. Some of the lip synchronizations of the characters don't really match up that well. Like I said, just really not what you would expect from a James Bond. I mean, the graphics aren't bad. They aren't terrible. But, like I said, it's not like a Mass Effect or a Gods of War type of, like, graphics. Which is something I would kind of expect, it being a James Bond game. I kind of expected something to that level. But it's not, visually. But, all in all, the graphics are decent. They're not like, I can't even compare terrible graphics for a game in this generation at least, but they're okay. They're passable. As far as the controls are very simple. Use the right trigger to shoot, A or X if you have PlayStation to jump, so on and so forth. So the controls are very easy to pick up. The only problem with this is that, at least that I have in terms of with the gameplay, the gameplay can kind of be a little bit repetitive sometimes, like the same formula over and over. And this can kind of get, I don't want to say boring, but just kind of get tired of the same thing. It's like, you're doing the same thing over and over, and it's kind of like you want to shake things up a bit. One of the frustrations with this game, at least that I've encountered with it, was that majority of the missions they would have you just squat, like spy or whatever. And of course, if you get caught by security, more guards will come and shoot you. Well, here's the one problem I kind of have with this aspect, is that when people are shooting at you and you have cover and you're trying to shoot back, you would get hit from, like, out of nowhere. I mean, just literally. I mean, it's like when you're shooting an enemy. I mean, you could be behind like a metal barrel. You could be hiding behind, or a truck for cover, and somehow the three guys that are in front of you and that are shooting at you are still able to shoot you even when you have cover, which is kind of very frustrating, and I don't really understand that, because it's like the bullets, it's like bullets. It's like the computer's bullets just like go through any solid object you hide behind. So it's kind of like pretty much saying that any object you're hiding behind is pretty much considered useless, because the bullets are going to go through either way and you're going to get hit. So, and this is like throughout the entire game, and it gets very annoying, and because of it, you will restart on a checkpoint at least 2 or 3 times in the game. Like I said, which can become very annoying. That's the most annoying thing I have with this game. But yeah, like I mean, the gameplay is decent. This game is okay. If anything else, it's nothing better than it's nothing but a good shooter. Really, that's really the thing. If you're looking for a game with like compelling storylines and like multiple cool gadgets and just a good spy type game, James Bond would not be your good spy type game. I recommend you get Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid, or Hitman. If you want a spy type of like atmosphere kind of like game over James Bond 007 Reloaded, Goldeneye Reloaded. So I mean, this game is. I didn't pay the full price for this game, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't. This game was flying off shelves during the holiday season, like around Black Friday and like a couple of days before Christmas. This game was flying off shelves like crazy. I didn't pay the full $60 price for it. I wouldn't recommend you pay the full $60 price for it. Like I said, the game isn't terrible. It's okay. This is one of the kind of games that you would want to play to help pass the time by as you wait for another game that you really want to come out. You know what I mean? So, say for example, the next Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, comes out, I think January or February of next year. Well, if that's the game you're really waiting for, but you want to play a new game to kind of help you pass the time by until the next Final Fantasy game comes out early next year, this would be a game that you would pick up. It's a filler. That's a perfect way to describe it. This game is a filler, just to help you fill in the time, or to pass the time to help you, like I say, if you want to wait for another game. If there's another game that you really want really bad, but at the same token, you want to play a new game to kind of keep you busy and occupy your time until you, get the new game that you actually want, then this would be, a decent game, to pick up, for a cheap price, or rent or whatever. It doesn't matter. Your choice. So, all in all, I give 007 GoldenEye. My scores for this game. I give it a 7.75. That'd be my verdict for 007 GoldenEye Reloaded. Like I said, not a terrible game, but I wouldn't put this as my top 10 games, not even my top 20 games for the year 2011. Now, the online play, I think, is where this game shines the most, is the online play, because the online play has multiple different games, different spy games that you can play with multiple people. So, this game in particular shines its best in multiplayer online. Offline, decent, but not as fun as the online features for this game. So, so this is my verdict for 007 GoldenEye Reloaded. Like I said, not a bad game. I'd just say it's a filler. So yeah, 7.75 is what I give it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys have the game? Do you like it? Don't like it? Were you thinking about getting it? What you think about my review on this game? Has it persuaded you to get it or not? Comment, subscribe. This is the Game Matrix 1000 signing out.